So this is actually going to be Luke 17 and the first verse. Then said he unto the disciples, It is impossible but that offenses will come, but woe unto him through whom they come. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones. Now, right there, honestly, even just starting off with the first verse, he's saying that it's impossible for you to not be offended in this world. There's different forms of offense that can come through people, through circumstances. But he's saying specifically also at the same time that not only is it impossible that you will have to deal with that, but it should be better that you are not the one that is out there offending others. And I had a moment of self-reflection where I had to have a conversation that was very real with my wife over love and extended family. And, I also had a woman that had prayed for us and our family. And to tag along to the story, she essentially prayed for good things, but even more so, she said something in particular. She said, it's all thanks to Jesus. And at that moment in time when I ran into her and talked to her, I was considering bills and other things I had to deduct and consider. But I was reminding myself after she had said that it really was through Jesus. And I didn't feel anxious anymore. And in that same pretense, Jesus is the one speaking in these verses. And he's talking about offenses coming. But at least for me, and something that has helped me in regarding these offenses, is what Jesus has done for me. And how it is all thanks to him. Because it's bad enough to offend others. And Jesus calls it down. When it says that it's better for a millstone to be hanged around your neck and thrown in the sea than to offend one of these little ones. Now, these little ones refers to children, but we also do know that the Bible as a whole calls you children of God. So it can also be speaking of you as a little one, as God sees you. I think it's just so interesting hearing earlier today how it's all thanks to Jesus and having this real conversation about extended family and love and putting others first and sharing for that love and kind of come to a conclusion of what Jesus has done for me. I mean, he does remind us of this in another Bible verse, which is often also titled the Lord's Prayer, where he says, and help us to forgive others so the Father may also forgive us. I paraphrased it. But even then, he's calling us, because in the same way that I can find comfort in a moment by somebody else mentioning how it's all thanks to Jesus that I'm walking in blessings, even if I have offenses or circumstances that are troubled. It also is through his love that he guides us in not offending others, and also being honest that we will be offended. And I ended up being offended. But I literally remember what he's done for me, and it brings me to a heart of remembering what God has done for me. I mean, I keep mentioning it for it, but I guess the best example is also the adulterous woman in the Bible. Not in the sense of committing adultery, but in the sense that, Jesus comes to you, forgives you, and you just repent and choose to move forward and do better. And that is basically the extent of the word. You love God and you love your neighbor as yourself. And lately, I've just had a heart to just kind of give him praise and to want to read the word more. Even more so, I'm trying to really think about how or what I can say in these uploads. And that verse in particular caught me, because it does say it is impossible that we will be offended, but woe unto through whom they come. And he does deal with those things. I've seen him deal with people who have offended me, and I didn't do anything wrong. In the same context, I know that if I go out there and offend somebody, I do get held accountable for it, even if it's not through that person. But it's all thanks to Jesus, because yes, a good father does correct, and he does guide, and even more so through Jesus. He's there through the highs and the lows, through the mountains and through the valleys.